It's quite interesting, right, Michael? Because yesterday it almost seemed with Rajasthan that they were going for the second target before the first target.
Yeah, it's always a fine balance. It's only the IPL that could draw up a situation where two teams today, one that wins could be two games away from winning the tournament. You lose okay, you're 3 games away from winning the tournament. You lose badly, you could be gone. It's only the IPL that draws up these scenarios. Both teams out of form, been used to losing lately. Yeah. Delhi have just fallen off a cliff. They were so good at the start of the tournament. Everything was working. That pace partnership of Rabada and Nokia was outstanding. Vaughan was scoring runs for fun. And all of a sudden they lost confidence. They lost their confidence. They lost their mojo in terms of the way that they were playing. Very intrigued to see how they bounced back. They're doing the right thing in Abu Dhabi by chasing. It's been a favourable ground for the chasing side. I think 8 of the last 9 games the chasing team have won. So they're doing the right way of winning on this ground at this stage. But when you get to this stage of pressure, it's just about the individuals sticking the hand up. Which individuals of either side want to stick the hand up to win the game for their team? Because that's what it's going to take. An individual genius batting display or 2 or 3 overs spell by a certain bowler or 2 from either side. You've got down to the nitty gritty. It's only the IPL that takes it right to the wire.
Yeah, and it has. And for both these teams, it's really shocking, right, Joy? Because if you looked at the scenario 10 days ago, you were thinking, all right, just, let's just get this done. We've got the 4 teams. We've at least got 3 that are for sure qualified. And we've come down to the penultimate day of the league looking at one of these teams potentially being out. It's just shocking, the slide in form. And it's you can say that, it's the other teams that have been winning and stuff, but it's their doing. Delhi's lost 4 in a row. Bangalore's lost 3 in a row, which completely defies the form they've had leading up into this sort of run of rot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, of those defeats, if you look at those 7 defeats, there's 1 from Delhi and 1 from Bangalore, which you'd say the other team just blew them away. They just played too well and, they chased amazingly. The other ones were inexplicable collapses, things that they can absolutely blame on themselves. It wasn't, when you say sometimes that you say the other team was way too good today, the other is that we beat ourselves. We basically made a mess of the game.
Yeah.
And I think if you look at it, 5 of those 7 games, these guys made a mess of for themselves. And that's what will worry them more than anyone else, because everyone in the IPL knows that days are going to happen. There are going to be days in this tournament where somebody like a Ben Stokes will play a beauty and you can't do anything about it. You could put 200 on the board and they'll chase it. But not all those defeats were like that. That would be worrying them.